Hey, Bastich B here for 64K and welcome to another episode of Opening the Shinies. Today's episode is a massive Commodore 64 blowout, and I'm talking about games I bought online and package deals, and also an awesome local pickup that involves a system as well. So let's check it out.
Welcome to 64K. Hosted by Bastich B.
And welcome back. Let's get started. So this first one up is from Texas. Let's see what we have. And, 3 games. So like I said earlier, these are all Commodore 64 games, so let's get started. First up we got Road Blasters by US Gold. I haven't played this game since at least 1987. I remember it being a pretty good conversion of the Atari arcade game. It's like you drive along and shoot the crap out of everything. I'm hoping it's as good as I remember it. Next I got California Games. I already have the US version of this game on disc, but I always wanted to get the tape version again because this is the one I originally played it on. This is the UK tape version. All these games that I'm showing you here, I think everything I got here, maybe 1 or 2 are discs, but 90% of them are classic tape games. I love this format. If you don't know anything about California Games, it's a multi-event sport game. It covers sports stuff like, skateboarding and BMXing and surfing and all those kinds of things, so it's a lot more fun than your usual sports game. And last I got Kinetics. It's by Firebird, the UK company, and I know nothing about this game. I remember seeing this advert in the Commodore 64 magazines in the 80s, and it looked like it's like some sort of side-scrolling thing. I don't really know much about this game. This was in the bundle, so I pretty much got it because I was really after Road Blasters and California Games, so this was just the 3rd game in there, so whatever. So I'm looking forward to checking this out, see what it's about. This next package is from Japan. I bought it from a British dude there, Kumamoto City. Anyway, and this game, I know what this is already. This game, I've had a lot of bad luck trying to get it. I ordered it online before, and the guy put the order together and he couldn't find this specific game in the order, so I had to choose something else. Then I bought this game again on eBay probably like 4 months ago. Package went missing, lost the game, I got a refund. Now I bought it for a 3rd time, so this is the 3rd time I bought this game and I finally got it. It's actually a much better condition than the previous one. The previous one had stickers all over it, this one is like perfect, so there it is. Turbo Outrun. This is just a fantastic conversion of the arcade game. It's fast, it's got excellent music by Jerome Tell. Graphics are nice, made by Probe Software and released by US Gold. It is excellent, you should definitely check it out if you like Commodore 64 racing games. Okay, next I got a package from Saginaw in the US. This is another eBay package. Going by how this one feels, I know what this one is. Been looking for this for a long time. Whew, that's nice. That is Spy vs. Spy. This game is based on the Mad Magazine comic strip, the 2 spies trying to kill each other all the time. This is such a cool game. It's an excellent versus game. I think this is the only game, one of the only games I got on disc. Let's see here, let's see what we got. Got a good old instruction manual, and we also got the disc. I can't wait to play this game again. This is an excellent 2-player game. You're trying to escape this area. You got to find these items so you can open this door to escape in your plane. It has the white spy versus the black spy. If you come across him, you can go into a brawl sequence. You can try to sabotage the dude and set up traps for him while he's searching for items to escape, and you are it's just a great game. Cool music too. Okay, next we got a package from Bend, Oregon, and I'm pretty sure I bought from this guy before on eBay. Here's what we have. This is a pretty big one. I think it's another disc game. Ooh. Blah blah blah. Who cares? Let's get to it. Oh, wow. This is in such good condition. We got Rambo 3. This is a cool top-down view game. It follows obviously the movie Rambo 3. You also have a tank sequence near the end. You go around, you're trying to infiltrate the base, trying to save Colonel Trotman, just like the movie. This is in such good condition. Look at this. Oh man. Let's see what's inside. Got the disc, instruction manuals, warranty card thing. Yes, you know what this is. Product catalog. Oh my god, I love these things. Flying Shark, Rambo 3, Arcanoi 2, Rastan, Renegade. Those were obviously all games released by Taito on the Commodore 64. Excellent selection. Most of those games are fantastic conversions. Definitely should check those out. Okay, next I got this. And no, it's not a Commodore 64 mouse. This is a box. It has all the games I got from the hardware lot that I'll show you after I finished all the games. It was just put into this box, and this is just teeming with games. So I'll show you what I got here. I got a whole lot of instruction manuals for various games. This guy obviously, unfortunately, he doesn't have the boxes for any of these, which is a shame. Jet Combat Simulator, Epix. You also got a massive instruction manual for a whole bunch of Epix games here. It must have come in a compilation. It's got Winter Games, Pit Stop 2, Summer Games, Super Cycle, and Jumpman Jr. So that's interesting. Top Gun. So it also has a whole bunch of cassettes here. All copied cassettes. This one has Sword of Far Goal and Scramble. This one has Black Hole and Pole Position, and a couple others here. Tape Cleaner, and this one has nothing on it. Anyway, that's copied stuff. Yeah, it's really, really good stuff. Lost Ninja. This is one of my favorite games of all time. It's got a double cassette action happening there. I love this game. This is actually a better condition copy than my original one that I still have, that I got for my birthday in 1987. This one is fantastic. Just look at the quality. Also got Future Night. I know nothing about this game as well. This is another game I used to see in the magazines. It's made by Gremlin Graphics. That's always a good sign. They usually make pretty decent stuff. There we are. Future Night. It looks like it's like a side-scrolling adventure kind of game, action adventure. I'll put up some footage. We can see what it's all about. Another one I got. Superstar Ping Pong. I'm not sure. There were a couple of ping pong games that came out on Commodore. It doesn't have a screenshot at the back. I'm not sure if this is the one I'm actually thinking of. I don't think it is. I think this is a different one. I think the one I'm thinking of was released by Imagine. There's also a whole bunch of other manuals in here. We got one for the cassette player. We got one for the user's guide for the disk drive, and another one. So that's pretty cool. This next one is from the Retro Cabin in the UK. This guy has an excellent selection of Commodore 64 tape games. If you're looking for Commodore tape games, definitely check out the retrocabin.com. Excellent prices as well. Let's get into this one. This one has a ton of games in here. So first up we got Pit Fighter, based on the old Atari arcade game. Commodore version, obviously, converted by Domark. Got cassette version, got a manual, everything else. I know a lot of people don't like this game. I loved it in the arcade, and I played the Commodore 64 version probably in around about 1990, 91, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good for what it is. I mean, considering it's an 8-bit computer trying to do a massive 16-bit kind of arcade game with like heavy digitized graphics, I thought they did a pretty cool job. It's definitely my guilty pleasure game out of the box. Next we got Hacker, released by Activision. This is a game that's always intrigued me. Good old Hacker. I had a bootleg version of it on disc. I still have that actually. And I never had the instructions for this game, so I could never understand what the objective was. But now that I got the original, it's got everything. It's got instructions in here. Tape looks like it's in pretty good condition. And this is going to be cool. Now I can actually play this game and maybe figure it out. Next we have Ninja. This is kind of considered a budget title, I guess. It was released by Mastertronic. I really like this game. I thought it was like a lot of fun. It's got excellent music by Rob Hubbard. Definitely check it out. It is a weird game. It's like you just go from screen to screen, you fight dudes, you can throw tons and tons of weapons, like, you know, shurikens and sais and all kinds of weird stuff, and the music again is freaking excellent. Next we have probably the weirdest game out of this lot, and definitely the most expensive one. This is Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Like, you're thinking like, what? Aren't those the guys that do Relax? Yeah, they are the guys that do Relax and Two Tribes, if you know your music from the 80s. And like, how the hell can they make a game out of this? Well, they did, and Ocean did it, and it's a super bizarre game. You're like this robot thing, and you're trying to become human, and you got to like interact with stuff, and all these psychedelic things happen. It is a super bizarre game. I really liked it. The music again is excellent in this game. So are the graphics. It's really unique. This comes with the instruction manual, and check this out. It's 2 cassettes. The one cassette is a live recording of Relax, so you got an audio cassette in here as well to listen to, which is super bizarre. And yeah, Ocean, they license anything, man. And next we got probably one of my favorite racing games ever on the C64, Buggy Boy. I recently did a top 10 Commodore 64 racing games of all time, and if you want to see where this one ended up, just check out my top 10s, and it's placed very highly. That's an understatement. This is an excellent conversion of the Tatsumi arcade game. If you've never played it, you go on this little buggy and you go on a course. It's just a standard racing game, but tons of obstacles. You fly over everything. It's tons of fun. The graphics are good. Music is good. Sound effects, just a fantastically fun racing game. Okay, next is a wildcard game. This is called Master of Magic. I never got to play this originally in the 80s on the Commodore. I regretted it. I heard a lot of cool things about it. The graphics look really good. It looks, I don't even know what type of game. I think it's a dungeon crawler. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm gonna play it for this video, and you'll see some footage and we'll figure out what it was. It's supposed to be really good. I got it for super cheap. It's a really good condition. I think it has music by Rob Hubbard. Again, I'm not sure. I don't know much about this game. It's just one of those ones that just slipped through the cracks, and now I finally got it. And next up is Ace 2 by Cascade Software. This is a very cool game as well. It's like a flight simulator. I used to play this game in 2-player mode. That's what we predominantly played it as. As you can see, it has split screen over here, and you can verse each other in like F-14 Tomcats or whatever these stupid things were. The planes from Afterburner. Anyway, so this game is super fun. Awesome music, really fun 2-player action. Very cool flight sim versus game. Now that's a bizarre combination. Next we have a classic game that I have a bootleg version of. I've never owned the original. Pit Stop 2 by Epix. This is an epic game as well. It is super cool. It's got an awesome, can't really see over there, didn't really show proper screenshots. It's got an awesome 2-player mode. It's a racing game. It's kind of like a simulation / arcadey style. It is very cool. This is also in my top 10 Commodore 64 racing games list, so check out that top 10 again. And more racing games. We got Ferrari Formula 1 by Electronic Arts. This sucker's a double cassetter. I had this on disc back in the day. I still do have it. I got the bootleg as usual. Yeah, a lot of games I had bootlegs, and finally got the original as well for this thing. Really nice graphics in this game. Plays pretty well. It's definitely more of a simulation than an arcade game. So if you like the whole simulation aspect of like Formula 1 racing and everything to do with it, the racing is not as good as something like Grand Prix Circuit. I think that's better in terms of racing, but this as an overall simulation is pretty damn good. And next up here is Blood Witch. This game is released by Imageworks and Mirrorsoft. This is a dungeon crawler. I never got to play this one either. This is one of the games I always used to see advertised for the Amiga. Look at that weird color. What is that thing supposed to be? Is that supposed to entice you to buy this game? I don't know. I don't know about the marketing for this one, but anyway. This is, like I said, it's a dungeon crawler. Haven't played it. It was pretty cheap, so I thought, yeah, just throw it in the pile. Next is another pretty expensive game out of this lot. It is called Boondock's Revenge. So this is the sequel to Lords of Midnight, game made by Mark Singleton. So I never got to play the sequel. I played Lords of Midnight, and it's an excellent game. You can play that on even your iPhone now. But anyway, I wouldn't suggest playing on an iPhone. Play it on a Commodore or any other 8-bit system. Don't cell phone it, please. Anyway, this is a double cassette. The reason for that is one of them is it's a narration by Mark Singleton. I think he's explaining like the world. It's some sort of story. As you can see, the Boondock's Revenge, the story. It's narrated by him. I guess he's, you know, I don't know. I want to listen to it and see what it's all about. So that's pretty cool. So you listen to that first, and then I guess you play the game. You have some sort of reference to what this is. Look how cool this cover is. Yeah, this is released by Beyond. Next is another game that people swing either way on. You either hate it or you like it. This is Championship Wrestling by Epix. I think it's a pretty good game. It does have issues. The loading times in this game is horrendous, and this is the cassette version, so I've just put a bullet in my head basically. But this is a freaking cool wrestling game. It does have issues, like, you know, the wrestling matches, you can load the game for like 20 minutes and then the wrestling match can be over within like 30 seconds, even less than that. 10 seconds this thing can be over with, and then you have to reload the whole thing all over again. I just always wanted to own a copy of this because despite all that, the graphics are really good, the sound, the music, everything about this game is pretty high production values. It's really nice. So, just pity about the loading. Okay, and the final game before I show you the hardware that I picked up is Barbarian by Psygnosis. Now this is not Barbarian by Pella Software, that's a completely different game, just bear that in mind. I think it's called Death Sword in the US, which is a stupid name. Anyway, so this is more like a side-scrolling adventure game. It's based off the Amiga version. It's published by Melbourne House, excellent company that did Where the Exploding Fist. And yeah, I've always wanted to play this game. I messed around with it. I remember a long time ago my friend had a bootleg, but we didn't play it much. I don't know why. I'm not sure if it's like even that good, but I've always wanted to own it. I just love that artwork. It's just fantastic. Yeah, Barbarian. And let's get on with that hardware. Okay, so together with those games that I showed you out of the Commodore 64 mouse package, which is a bunch of freaking excellent games, I got all this other stuff. So I'll show you, I got all of this for $50 on Craigslist. It was just a random moment. I just decided to look at Craigslist. I haven't looked at it in literally like 6-7 months. I just typed in Commodore 64 and there was a guy selling something fairly close to where I lived, and I was just like, wow. I chopped down the price. I got it for 50. He wanted 150 initially, and here we are. So I got those other games as well. That's a whole bunch of manuals for the C64 and books. Pretty cool stuff. Here's the classic user's manual, and more manuals. This is like, I don't know what this is. This looks like programming your own games or something. Here's another one of these classic old type in the entire, you know, syntax for the game kind of deal. I'll show you what I mean. And something like this. You actually literally type in all this code. There's pages and pages of it, and then a game will appear, you know? Literally. So this is like create your own game kind of thing almost. Very cool. Did one of those out of some old Commodore magazine once, and it took freaking forever, and the game was a piece of garbage, but whatever, you know, it was fun, like feeling like you created something. Next I got 2 boxes of discs, blank discs. Well, not all of them are blank. These ones are all blanks, which is pretty cool. You can always use those. This one has a couple of games in here as well. So we got some sort of sports pack here. Doesn't sound very interesting to me. Whatever. This is pretty cool. This has got a bunch of really good games. Yeah, you got Jumpman and Grid Runner. A couple of software programs, nothing to write home about. And some more blank discs. Excellent. Yeah, some of the big stuff. So this is the big old 1541 floppy disk drive. Look how big this mother is. This is the one I used to have when I was a kid, and then I upgraded to the 15412. Go like that, stick in the discs. It's a massive beast, and the one I have now is a 15412, so it's way smaller. It's about half this size, and here's the creme de la creme of the whole package. A box Commodore 64 complete. I'll just give you a brief look over here. Okay, we got more manuals, user's guide. There's the system itself, and below here we got all the power cords and AV cords and all that kind of goodness. The computer needs a little bit of cleaning up. I've tested it though, I plugged it in and everything powers up perfectly, and so it looks like it's in good working condition. I just need to clean it up a little bit. Looks like he hasn't used it in at least like 20 to 30 years, which is awesome. Okay, so there was 22 games, not including the copied stuff, disk drive, tape deck. Oh, I forgot to show the tape deck. Tape deck, I've currently got that hooked up to my original Commodore, so I forgot to even mention this, and I've been using it recently, enjoying all these new tape games. Tape deck, disk drive, full system, 22 games, plus copy games. It's wow. I'm pretty much in Commodore heaven right now, just playing all this stuff. Anyway, so thanks for joining me, Bastich B at 64K. If you could like and subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated, and I'll see you next time on another episode of Opening the Shinies. Cheers!